In this video, we're going to look at a simple interest problem. Identify the givens and the goals in each problem and write your final answers as complete sentences. So Yvonne invests $3,500 in a savings account. So that's an investment, so we know that's her principal. Determine, that's another question or keyword that tells me it's about to tell us the goal. Determine the simple interest rate required for Yvonne's investment to... Okay, and here's one of those questions where they give you some given information in the question. To double in value, so the amount will be twice the principal in 10 years. And then we're asked to round our answer to the nearest tenth of a percent. Okay, so let's write down the letter representations for what we know. Well, we know the principal is $3,500. Okay. We're trying to define or determine the simple interest rate, so that's our R, that's what we're looking for. And to double in value, so that means the amount is going to be 2 times the principal, which is $7,000. So we know the amount is $7,000. And we're given the time amount of 10 years. Okay, so now we're going to use this formula. Our goal is to solve for R. Okay, so there's a little bit of algebra to do, but it's not too bad. Let's plug in our values. So we know the future amount is $7,000. The principal is $3,500. 1 plus, we're solving for the interest rate, so I'm going to put R. And time is 10. Now our goal is to solve for R. Okay, and you may note, I'm going to leave this like this, but I just want you to note we usually would write this as 1 plus 10R. We like to write this number that we call the coefficient in front of the letter. Okay, but I'm going to leave it like this because it serves the same purpose. Okay, so remember our first step is we want to isolate this expression. We could distribute, but that's a lot of work that we actually don't need to do, because if we divide both sides by 3,500, this cancels to 1, and this cancels to 2, because we just found the amount equals 2 times 3,500 is 7,000. And now we can drop these parentheses, and we have 1 plus R times 10. Okay. Our next step is to subtract 1. And we have 1 equals R times 10. And finally, to get R by itself, this is multiplied by 10. We're going to divide both sides by 10. So R equals 1/10. Okay. And we want to write this first as a decimal, which maybe you know, but we'll just divide it anyway. 1 divided by 10, that's 1/10 or 0.1. Okay. And we're asked to round it to the nearest tenth of a percent. This is the decimal version. There won't be much rounding, but we need to multiply by 100. And we get 0.1 times 100% equals 10%. And we just had that one goal in this problem. So now we could write our final answer as a complete sentence. And let's look at it again. Determine the simple interest rate required for Yvonne's investment to double. And we will put we will need, or Yvonne will need, but we will need is fine, a 10% interest rate.